The story of Musaigen no Phantom starts with Haruchiko Ichijo mentioning that the cognitive ability of the brain is unreliable, and that if our brain is altered somehow, we will see things that we weren't seeing before. Due to an accident that happened a decade ago, the brains of humans were altered in such a way that they can see supernatural entities now in the real world. Ichijo wakes up and realizes that he woke up late, so he gets ready and rushes to the train station. He gets on the train and goes to a girl named Mai Kawakami. He draws a phantom who is fighting with Mai, while some other girls mention that this was the phantom that was disturbing them in the gym class. Mai continues to fight the phantom, but when she realizes that this fight is going nowhere, she baits the phantom into a clock tower. The phantom gets trapped in the tower, which allows Ichijo to correctly draw it. Afterward, Ichijo casts a spell and transfers the phantom into the drawing. After the fight is over, everyone leaves, while a girl named Kurumi mentions that the fight was really exciting. Mai then gets rid of the sketchbook in order to destroy the phantom. Later in class, the teacher mentions that they both will get no money for killing the phantom as they cause damage to the school's infrastructure. The other classmates try to comfort them while they're sitting all depressed. Mai mentions that they might need more members on their team. Ichijo mentions that he entered the Hosea Academy last April, and in his free time he goes to the public library to read books as he has already read all the books in the school's library. There are others in this world that might have superpowers like them. While going back home, Ichijo takes the wrong way and ends up in a graveyard where he sees a girl named Reina Izumi devouring the phantoms. He goes to her and asks if she wants to join the Phantom Hunting Club. Reina declines and goes away only to slip on the stairs. Ichijo and his pet phantom Ruru manage to catch her, but Ichijo accidentally peeks under her dress. Reina beats Ichijo and goes away angrily. Ichijo asks her to join the club again at school, but she declines it again. To convince her, he takes her to the cafeteria and treats her to a meal. Reina mentions that she always wanted to eat here, but she didn't get any allowance. Ichijo tells her that a decade ago, a virus broke out due to a terrorist bombing at a company called Aleyashiki. This virus allowed people to see these phantoms, which are basically ghosts and monsters. The same virus also gave powers to the children. Ichijo tells her to come with them even if she doesn't want to join now. Mai mentions that they have new phantoms to dispose of. They go to the phantoms and Mai fights with them only to get pushed back. Ichijo mentions that they are yokai who are born from the anger of tools built and abandoned by humans. They are performing limbo as it signifies a place between this world and heaven, and these phantoms are stuck in that place. The group performs limbo with them to free the phantom. Once they are done, Ichijo realizes that he doesn't have a sketchbook, so they can't draw and neutralize them. Reina just comes in place of him and devours the phantoms. She also agrees to join the club now as she will get an allowance. Back at the school, the group sees a new girl named Koito Minase, whom they haven't interacted much with before. The second episode begins with Ichijo showing a new sketchbook that he bought after his last one got destroyed. He wonders what his role in the team should be now, as he used to capture phantoms and seal them, but this role naturally belongs to Reina. In order to make himself useful in the team, Ichijo thinks that he needs to enhance and further his summoning skills. Ichijo and Ruru meet up with Reina at the school, only for her to just ignore them and go away. Ichijo remembers a conversation with her sensei in which she says that Koito has a really powerful special ability, so she mostly works on her own. She even turned down the sensei's offer to join the club. Ruru then goes on a rant thinking that Koito is Ichijo's crush. Afterward, Ichijo and his gang are instructed to get rid of an old security bot who turned into a phantom. Koito is also heading to the same area, but Himion-sensei wants the others to go as she would like her to fit into school as fast as possible whilst realizing the joy and benefits of working with others. At the old Aleyashiki research fight, Koito fights with the robots but realizes that her ability is just being nullified. She gets surrounded by robots, but Ichijo and the others arrive in the nick of time to save her. Ichijo tells everyone that the phantom is emitting an inverse phase signal of Kaido's voice, which nullifies her abilities. Mai destroys the speaker of the main robot, which allowed Koito to use her abilities. Reina sucks all the tiny robots with her ability, while Ichijo draws the robot and seals it. After the fight is over, Koito leaves without telling anyone while the others go to Ichijo's home as their clothes were dirty. Ruru is playing with a weird device that she found at the abandoned factory. Ichijo checks it and accidentally turns it off. Mai and Reina thank Ichijo for the hospitality and leave. The next day at school, Reina and Mai are stretching while Ichijo is drawing a demon called Marcosius. Himeno comes as they were talking and gives them a job that involves eliminating a UFO phantom at the girls' dorm. Upon inquiring, they find out that the UFO appears when the girls are changing their clothes and it takes their pictures. Mai and Reina get tired of waiting for the UFO, so they throw Ichijo outside and undress. Just like they planned, the UFO appears, but everyone is having a hard time catching it. Amongst that chaotic fight and getting thrown off the room a couple times, Ichijo finds the time to summon the demon Marcosius, but it turns out to be just a little dog. After a couple of tries, Marcosius manages to catch the UFO and Reina eats it using her ability. Mai, Reina, and Ichijo get together on an off day from school as Himeno-sensei has ordered them to do so. Reina and Ichijo arrive together and meet Mai, who wonders how the two got so close together. Reina shies away while saying that they just happened to bump into each other at a convenience store. As they were walking, Mai tells everyone that she was a shy crybaby when she was a child. Ruru calls this a lie, which makes her angry. They get on the train to get to the Phantom at the bridge, who cuts off everyone that crosses the bridge in the evening. They arrive at the bridge and the Phantom appears. The girl Phantom tells May that she wasn't picking any fights, but instead, it was just a means to have her wish granted. Another girl Phantom appears and tells Mai that summoning her here was their goal as they want to fight Mai. The fight starts and Mai gets pressured by the girls instantly. Seeing this, Ichijo summons Marcosius and flees with the others. The girls tell Mai to train and get strong so she can come with them again. Meanwhile, all of this is being watched by a girl named Kurumi who thinks of Ichijo and the others as cool. The next day, the group decided on what to do and ended up doing martial arts training, but it was of no use. Ichijo suggests that he copies Mai's memory so he will get her martial arts memories and experience. Ichijo suggests a theory that says that all humans have a collective memory storage area and people can access each other's memories using it. Himeno-sensei overhears the conversation and tells them that it's worth a shot. She gets the two to go on a date at a place where Mai has memories of the past. After doing several things together, the two walk down a street where Mai remembers a trip in preschool where two girls approached her at this very place and befriended her. As they were talking, the two Phantom girls appear and they fight with each other. Mai gets distracted seeing Ichijo in trouble, which allows the Phantom girl to hit her and send her flying. Ichijo tries to catch her, but their heads bump into each other accidentally, which somehow starts the memory exchange between them. Ichijo mentions that Mai has met these two Phantom girls before, as they are the same ones she met on the school trip, but instead of the girls approaching her, the two girls were forced by Mai to play with her, so they have been getting strong all this time to defeat her. He knows all this along with her martial arts skills thanks to the memory transfer. Ichijo tells Mai that she was never as shy as she thinks she is, and she just changed her memory to suit herself. Afterward, the fight starts again, and Ichijo dodges the girl easily. He fights with both of them but falls to the ground in a matter of seconds as he doesn't have the stamina. Himeno suggests Ichijo use Mai's power of the 5 elements to make up for his lack of stamina. He punches the girls using it and sends them flying. They both use the power of the earth and do a coordinated attack that they saw in a movie to defeat the two Phantom girls. The two girls promise to fight Mai again when they get stronger. It turns out that Kurumi was watching this fight as well. Back in school, Reina wonders if she can ever get close to them as Mai and Ichijo are too close to each other. For defeating the Phantoms, the group gets all-they-can-eat buffet tickets according to Reina's wish. Seeing her eat so much surprised everyone. Ruru wonders where all this food even goes. Outside the restaurant, Reina feels bad for eating that much, but the others comfort her and agree to come with her again. As she was waiting for the bus at the bus stop, a mysterious bus appeared in front of Reina. She gets on the bus, while Koito, who was nearby, notices something strange about the bus. After some time, Reina magically appears outside her home and goes inside. The next day, she recalls the whole incident to her clubmates and remembers being happy even though she doesn't remember the incident. Koito tells everyone that the bus is a phantom and Reina is possessed. The others go to the bus stop to help her. Mai asks Koito why she didn't help Reina if she knew that it was a phantom. Koito didn't help her as she thought that Reina didn't need her help as she also has powers. As they were talking, the bus appeared, taking Reina and Ichijo with it and disappearing in an instant. Koito tells Mai that if this keeps up, Reina might get trapped there forever. In the dream world, Reina is sitting with her makeshift parents. Ichijo is forced to eat food with them and becomes a part of the dream just like Reina. After the dream is over, they're in front of Reina's house. They realize that no time has passed since they boarded that bus. Reina goes inside her house quickly as her parents are getting angry. The next day at school, Koito tells the others that this phantom hypnotizes others and takes them into their own world, and the food there is a trigger to the others becoming a part of it. Reina tells others that she didn't tell her parents about her joining this club, as they might make her transfer schools. She also mentions that her sister left the house just because of her parents. Afterward, all of them board the bus and go to the dream world. Mai accidentally eats the food and becomes a part of the family too. Ichijo goes to the bathroom and regains his consciousness. He takes Reina there and hugs her, which makes her come to her senses too. The phantom parents give her a choice to leave, whilst also saying that she can stay with them and get the family she always wanted. She goes to the phantoms, but Ichijo manages to talk her out of it by saying that her mother left too, like her sister, and they both should wait for them to arrive back. The phantoms mention that it was fun being her parents. The next day, Reina tells others that she told her parents about the club and has gotten their permission to stay in it. And the next episode starts with Koito stopping a phantom train rushing toward her on the highway. Talking to herself, Koito mentions that she has lived her life by herself ever since her ability surfaced. Ichijo is sitting with his friend Shosuke at the cafeteria, who mentions that no one talks to Koito because she thinks too highly of herself. Koito overhears all this as she was standing just behind them. Himeno gives Koito a job to eliminate a phantom that hunts rabbits and birds from different schools. Afterward, Koito goes to the rabbit hutch where Kurumi was present, while Ichijo follows her to apologize. The phantom appears and immediately shifts his focus on Ichijo, who is saved by Koito. Koito inhales a toxic gas that stops her from using her ability. Kurumi summons Albrecht to help the other defeat the phantom, who fades away after it was overwhelmed. In the infirmary, Koito tells Mai to step back from hunting the phantom as she was the one who was given the job, but Mai refuses. Himeno comes and tells them that the one who will capture the phantom will get the prize. Ichijo goes after Koito as he feels responsible for her, whilst Mai recruits Kurumi. Ichijo follows Koito the whole day and even arrives at her apartment in the morning. They search for the phantom again and come across Mai and the others. Sometime later, Koito detects the phantom and starts to fight it. Ichijo summons Marcosius to help Koito, but the phantom disappears again. At the school, Himeno mentions that Koito's ability surfaced when this same monster hunted rabbits that she was taking care of. Her ability was so powerful that everyone, including her parents, were terrified of her, so ultimately the Phantom Control Agency took her in. Since then, Koito has shut herself off from other people. As they are talking, Ichijo receives a call from Ruru, who informs him that Koito is fighting the phantom again. Koito is hit by the toxic cloud again and dropped to the ground, but luckily, others arrive in the nick of time and help Koito whilst also defeating the monster. Reina heals Koito using her abilities. Himeno mentions that the phantom is the same kind, but it's not the one that made Koito's ability resurface, as it is still sealed now. Mai tells Kurumi that they will call her if they ever need her help in the future. The next day, Ichijo leaves for school and finds Koito outside, who thanks Ichijo while also apologizing to her. Kurumi is going to school, wondering if she can really help Mai and the others if they ask. Ichijo and Ruru arrive at the zebra crossing that Kurumi was crossing. Kurumi sees them and falls backward. Ichijo grabs onto her, but they fall through a puddle and arrive in a mysterious world. There are some bear creatures, grabbing Kurumi to take her to Prince Salmon. Ichijo tries to summon Marcosius, but he doesn't have his sketchbook. Luckily, Albrecht arrives in time and saves them. He takes everyone to his house and tells the others that Kurumi is a princess of the Kuma McLaren family. One day, a clan named Higuman attacked them and killed everyone, including Kurumi's parents, with only her, Albrecht, and a handful of others escaping. As they were talking, other bears arrived and greeted Kurumi. Ichijo tells Kurumi that this is a world inside her mind, and she escaped to here due to some pressure she was facing in the real world. Albrecht arrives and interrupts their conversation to tell them that Prince Salmon, along with the Higuman army, has come to take Kurumi. Back in school, Mai wonders why Kurumi hasn't come today. Reina thinks that she might be scared of fighting phantoms. Koito also mentions that Kurumi is strong, but she needs to strengthen herself mentally too. Meanwhile, Kurumi and the others are running from the Higuman army. Albrecht offers to stay behind to buy some time, whilst also mentioning that he has laid traps on the way. Albrecht gets injured by an arrow, while Prince Salmon and his army get hit by a trap. Kurumi and the others go to a cave where she bandages Albrecht's wound. Kurumi mentions that she and Albrecht have been together since she was a baby. Bent on taking Kurumi as his bride, Prince Salmon arrives near the cave on a big robot. Albrecht tells Kurumi to escape, but she decides to fight Salmon instead, as it is her world. She fights with Salmon and defeats him, which allows them to arrive in the real world. Kurumi and Ichijo go to the school where Mai asks Kurumi to help them with a phantom. Ichijo tries to make an excuse for her, but Kurumi steps up and decides to help, saying that she will do her best. And with this scene, our recap for today comes to an end. How did you like Myriad Color's Phantom World? And what do you think will happen next? Let us know in the comments down below, and as always, drop us a like if you want a second part of the series, and subscribe to Annie Recaps to find more amazing animes like this to watch on your feed. With that said, we'll see you in the next one. Peace!